This is Roger with Crosscut in Tucson, Arizona. We're selling this truck. It is a 2004 Ford F350 crew cab long bed, single rear wheel. 112,500 miles. It's a 6-liter turbo diesel, 4-wheel drive, XLT, which is cloth. 1 ton. It's got a 5th wheel hitch and a louvered tailgate. It was a Bill Luke Chrysler Jeep Phoenix trade-in. We bought this 10/23 of 21. So why are we getting into it now? Well, that's the interesting part. So we got it here and it ran great, but we noticed that coolant was a little low. We added coolant. Coolant was a little low. We added coolant. Coolant was a little low. And then it leveled off and it ran fine. The next day, it wouldn't start at all. Hydrolocked. So, took it to monsoon. Couldn't really figure it out. Had too much going on, and so it just sat. Finally, we decided to get around to it, which is now. We discovered that all the issues were on the passenger side head. We also discovered that the previous owner had head studded it. So he thought there was a head gasket with it. That's why you do the head studs, trying to, clamp it down and, keep leakage. Well, that wasn't the problem, okay? We took it off because the water was going into number 7 cylinder. We took off the passenger side of the motor and took off the top and looked inside there, and that was the issue. So we had to buy a brand new head. So it's got a new cylinder head for the passenger side. We did that. While we were there, we also did a Bulletproof EGR cooler, a new Ford oil cooler. Let's see what else. 2 new standpipes and plugs, 1 injector, number 7 obviously, new coolant, EGR cooler, Ford oil cooler. We also added a Sinister coolant filter system, which is brand new. Obviously an oil change, new coolant, new wiper blades. I put a louvered tailgate on it. We had to repair a tear in the driver's seat and detail it. Kind of a shame. I mean, the guy spent some money on head studs, and that didn't fix it because that wasn't the problem. There was, what did my guys say? Their exact wording on what happened to this motor was, let's see. The exact wording was, passenger side cylinder number 7 had a defect allowing coolant into oil. Previous owner thought head studs would help. Nope, that's what they wrote. So you still have a head studded motor, which is good, and you have a new cylinder head on the passenger side, which is good, and it's got the Bulletproof EGR cooler and a brand new Ford oil cooler and new fluids and everything, and that's all good. All right. You also notice that the previous owner put a later model bed on it, because you'll see that it's got a longer gas filler door. It doesn't take DPF, all right? So it doesn't have fluid, all right? Def fluid for it, so don't do that, okay? Because there's nothing to pour it into anyway. He probably just wanted a new bed. If he's pulling a 5th wheel, he probably beat the crap out of his previous bed and put this one on. It's not the prettiest bed either. It's got this going on here, which is what happens when you are in a hurry with your 5th wheel. What you have is a 112,000 mile truck that's been looked at very closely. We spent a lot of money on this truck. I'll show you the receipts for this truck. So there's locked, there's unlocked, right? I'll show you everything that we have on this truck. A lot of receipts. I'll all be linked in our ad also for it. Well into the high 5,000s for this truck. 112,492 miles are on the truck. Okay. Look under the hood first. We'll be looking for Ford stamps on both fenders that will indicate that they're original. New Ford stamp there, new coolant bottle, Ford stamp here. So you got the original fender, the stamp is here on the coursework where it belongs. Sinister lines for the coolant filter, brand new. This is all brand new. Ford stamp here, Ford stamp here, Ford stamp here. Everything original up front. See how much blow-by we have. Very little blow-by, that's excellent. Window up and down, door locks. Seat forward, seat back, seat up, seat down, rear tilt up and down, front tilt up and down. All right, let's go through this real quick. So the first thing we did was glow plugs, because it had a glow plug code. So we did the glow plugs. Look at 11/23 of 21. That's when they got the water out of the cylinder to unhydrolock it. And then I drove it all over the place. I drove it back here. It ran great. It's never run bad. So it's just a weird situation that costs us a fortune. There's the VIN. This was invoice date was 4/8 of 22. Cylinder head gasket, passenger side, oil pressure sender, one fuel injector, antifreeze, lube oil filter, Sinister cool system. When they did this, they also installed the Bulletproof EGR cooler, because it's actually really easy once they're up there, so they didn't charge me labor for that. $5,638 for this truck. So we were serious here. All right, let's see. We bought the cylinder head, or actually Monsoon did. We didn't reimburse them, from Jasper. All right, there's that. $815 to them, and they charge us money to warranty it. Let's see, and this is for the brand new Sinister coolant system, $184. Okay. Here's the Bulletproof EGR cooler that we ordered for it, installed on it. This is the seat repair we did at Poncho's Upholstery for this truck. Okay, like I said, all this stuff you can click on the links. Here's the in the ad, you can see it yourself. Here's the current Carfax history of offense affecting this vehicle's value. They blend the Carfax and the Kelley Blue Book together. They come up with a value of $19,790. One owner, which is great. Accident reported 12/5 of 20, said very minor. I think it said side swipe. Very minor means cosmetic only. It might be that back thing on the side of the bed. There's your VIN, 60 4x4. Okay, one owner, and you could tell that the guy liked this truck. I mean, I just think he got bad mechanical advice. No to major title problems. Best news is it's an Arizona vehicle, so you're not dealing with rust. Arizona all the way. And then 12/5 of 20, he had very minor damage, side swipe, right? And he kept going and going. Right about here, right somewhere in here, he discovered he had a problem, and probably did the head studs. And then let's see, so that's when we did the glow plugs right here, 112,459. Drove it back here, drove it another 22 miles. It was fine, but still wasn't right with the water. So there you go. There's a lot more than that, but the invoice speaks for itself. All right, here's the title. This is the VIN. It was a Bill Luke Chrysler vehicle, issued to them 10/22 of 21, and 112,455 actual miles. Okay, now you've seen all the paperwork. Nothing going on there. It's really weird too, because it's always run great, even with water in that cylinder. Just bizarre. A really weird problem. We've done thousands of 6.0s. We're experts, and this is the first for that. All right, window. I'm actually going to take this truck to Office Max right now, because I still need to print up the copy of the invoices for the one injector and for the oil cooler, but my toner ran out. So you'll see a link for that in there in the ad also eventually. Hopefully they have toner. Last time I went, they didn't. They don't have anything lately. Weird how things have changed in a few months, right? Wonder what happened. Tilt up and down, rear seat up and down. This is a new insert right here at a tear right here. Okay, tilt wheel, boom. Ugh. All right, let's get some air going here. It's starting to get a little warm in Tucson. We've got a couple breaks. It's been down in the low 40s at night. I can feel the heat coming. It's starting to build. All right, windshield wipers. Let's see. There's your toe on and off, right? Air's blowing cold already, which is great. Let's see, adjustable pedals up and down, right? Let's see, what else we got here? What else we got to show you? We have cruise control. Can't do cruise control on a Ford unless you're moving. Neutral, we'll go to 4 low. All right, and we'll go to drive. And then we'll go to reverse. Boom, okay. Neutral, then we're gonna go to 4 high, so low range will go away, 4 high comes on, go through the gate. Usually I turn left here, but I'm gonna turn right because I need to head towards Wetmore, and we'll go in reverse at 4 high just so you can see it going in reverse. There you go. Neutral and back to 2-wheel drive. All right. So I'll just continue. This is unusual for me to turn right. Terrible roads, by the way. Look at our roads, they just suck. Anyway, in a 1-ton it matters because it's stiffer suspension. You're just like getting bone jarred by our, crappy Bolivian grade roads here in Tucson. Guess what? Guess who runs Tucson? It's the only major city in Arizona that's run by them. I won't even name it. Guess. Anyhow, you don't see this in Scottsdale, right? No. Although Phoenix is run by one of them. She's a maniac, and they're starting to fall apart too, so Scottsdale won't. Anyhow, let's see. If you come to Tucson and drive this truck home, you will pay the following. You will pay your state tax rate, whatever that is, plus our city tax of 2.7% and a $250 dock fee, okay? If you pay by wire and ship out of state, all you're gonna pay is agreed upon price, and that's it. There'll be no tax, no dock fees, nothing. Once we receive full payment by wire, we'll fill out the title with your name or your company's name and address. We will sign it off to you, scan it in your online file, and mail the title to you. We even scan in the envelope, we mail it in. This thing runs great. Always has. Odd. $5 grand on a truck that ran great forever. It's just bizarre. Anyhow, you'll have the vehicle shipped to you. You already have the title in your mailbox when the shipper shows up, and then you'll go get plates. It's real simple, okay? If you need help with shipping, let me know. We could roll the price of the shipping into the price of the truck. That was a school zone, so I gotta kind of chill out. Yeah, obviously you're gonna want your truck pretty quickly, so let me know if you need help. Right now, shippers are kind of weird, and shipping is kind of expensive, and I'm pretty good at it, so you might want to let me do it for you. But you're welcome to do it yourself because it is kind of a lot of work. They like to call it, weird hours of the day to tell me that they lied and they're not picking it up on the 1st, it'll be the 2nd, that type of thing, and you might want to avoid that hassle because it's just annoying as hell. And most of them lately are Russians. Not that I'm noticing, but 6 out of 10 shippers that call me right now are Russian. It's really weird. Anyhow, what else? Deposit. Deposit's $500. Once we have a deposit, we have a deal. Until then, it will stay for sale. So please make sure that you put your deposit in, okay? We won't hold vehicles based on an agreed upon price. They have to have a deposit in. So you can make a deposit, you're locked in. If you don't make a deposit and you wait to show your wife or tell your wife about it or whatever, it could be gone, all right? And so please don't be angry with us if it is. Last part of every video, I say the same thing, and I have forever. We don't have salesmen, we don't have bottled water with our name on it. We don't have an attendant serving scones and lattes. In a minute, we'll be driving by the auto mall, and that's where you can go get all that stuff. You can also pay a fortune for this truck there. I mean, this truck with what's been done to the motor would be well into the low 20s, okay? It won't be there with us, okay? That I can tell you. We know what the vehicle's worth, and we want you to have a lot of meat on the bone left because, unlike them, we are not fixing your truck when it breaks. They charge you an extra $500 to $700, probably $1,000 on a diesel truck as part of the deal for future repairs, so that when you come in with upset because your truck doesn't run right, they'll fix it. Well, they already charged you for the repair, so that's good. We're not charging you. We're not charging you for the repair, which saves you a bunch of money when you buy it, so that you can fix your truck. Obviously, everything we know, you know. You've seen it all. You've seen the Carfax, the Kelly, the title, the repair invoices. I'm going to add another one hopefully after I get toner today. I'll add another one here shortly, and that'll be that, okay? You'll have everything, completely everything. That way, you can be the owner with a lot of knowledge about what you just bought. Knowledge that you'll never get from any of these. Here's the auto mall right here. This is where it starts with Larry Miller with no cars and and God, it's just a disaster right now for these guys. They don't know how to buy cars correctly, so they're just gonna wilt away over the next 3 years until we have a new president. Anyhow, that's how we roll. We just want to make sure that everyone knows that. On day one, you're the owner. We're not writing checks for anything in the future from the day you buy it on. If we understand that, then we're good to go, okay? This thing runs great. Air's blowing ice cold. Everything works fine. Nice truck. Really nice truck. Anyway, these videos have to end at 17 minutes and 38 seconds. So I'm just gonna kind of shut up. We have about a minute left. Damn it, the light turned yellow. Huh. So back to the last slide, if I would have turned left, I would have been on the official auto mall. Those dealerships we just passed are kind of they're on Wetmore, which is kind of on the outside curve of it. Anyhow, there you go. There's all your gauges. It's about, I don't know, temperature outside's about 85. It's not hot today. There's a pretty car. Look at that Lexus. That's a pretty car. Anyway, let's see. I don't think there's much to say here. 17 minutes and 8 seconds. I was hoping to get this light to turn green, but it's not going to in time. Anyway, this is a really nice truck. Make sure the radio works fine. I notice it does have, the parking sensors won't work, because I noticed the back bumper is a later model, and it does have sensors in it. That's what happens when you change beds. Anyway, I think that's about it. Have a nice day, have a great weekend, happy Easter, Passover, etc.